The Story of Yusuf, alayhi as-salam. Settle into a comfortable position. Let your body become heavy where it rests. Let your shoulders soften. Let your jaw loosen. Let your breath become slow and gentle. There is nothing you need to do now. Nothing you need to fix. Nothing you need to remember. This time is only for rest, for calm, for quiet. If you wish, you can allow your eyes to close, or simply soften your gaze. With every breath out, let the weight of the day fall a little further away, far from where you are now, in a land of soft hills and ancient fields. A new morning begins. The sky is pale and cool, still holding the last traces of night. The first light of dawn gathers slowly along the walls of a quiet courtyard, resting gently on stone warmed by countless days before. The air is calm. The breeze is light. Nothing is in a hurry. At the center of the courtyard stands a fig tree. Its branches spread wide, leaves layered in gentle shades of green. They move with the softest motion, stirred only by the smallest whisper of wind. Patterns of light and shadow drift across the ground beneath it, slow and rhythmic, like the rise and fall of a peaceful breath. In this calm space, a young boy steps out into the morning. This is Yusuf, peace be upon him, a boy with a gentle heart, a quiet gaze, and a soul that listens deeply. He walks slowly toward the fig tree, feet touching the cool stone in unhurried steps. There is no rush, no urgency, only the calm of a new day unfolding around him. He pauses beneath the shade and breathes in. The air carries the scent of earth cooled by the night and the faint sweetness of the fig leaves. The sky above him is still soft, the light not yet sharp, the world still half asleep. Inside his heart, a dream rests quietly. He saw it before dawn, in the still hours when the world was quiet, and the soul feels closer to truth. In that dream were stars, bright and clear, a sun, steady and strong, a moon, calm and gentle. The dream does not demand to be understood. It does not press on his thoughts. It simply rests there, like a small lantern glowing in a peaceful room, needing nothing, forcing nothing, just shining softly. Around him, the house begins to wake. From one room comes the gentle clink of clay pots. From another, the soft movement of cloth being folded, placed, arranged. Voices float through the doorway, low and easy, like murmurs carried on the morning air. The sound of his family waking blends with the quiet of the courtyard, never breaking it, only adding soft layers to the calm. The land beyond the walls stretches out toward the hills, washed in cool morning light. Fields of grass sway in long, slow waves as the breeze passes through them. This land has carried many seasons, many footsteps, many dreams. Yusuf looks out toward it, and the stillness of the earth settles deeper into his heart. He has grown up among these fields, these hills, this quiet sky. They have taught him how to listen to silence, how to feel meaning in stillness. He stays beneath the fig tree for a while, doing nothing, needing nothing, just being. Just as you, now, are allowed to simply be, breathing in, breathing out, letting the quiet gather around you. After some time, Yusuf turns and walks back toward the house. The entrance is framed by the soft light of early morning, shadows resting gently along the doorway. Inside, the air is slightly cooler, touched by stone and shade. His father, Yaqub, peace be upon him, is seated near a small oil lamp. The flame has grown faint now, no longer needed by the day, but still offering a small, steady glow. It flickers softly, its light moving along the walls in quiet patterns. Yaqub's posture is relaxed, his eyes thoughtful, his presence calm. He has lived through many years, many trials, many mercies, and his face carries a softness that comes with trust and patience. When he sees Yusuf enter, his expression warms into a gentle smile. It is the kind of smile that does not ask for explanation. It does not rush to speak. It simply says, "I see you. I am here. You are safe." Yusuf sits near his father, not too close, not too far, just where comfort settles naturally. They do not speak at once. The silence between them is not empty. It is full of understanding, full of warmth, like the pause between slow, steady breaths. The lamp's light flickers, and then steadies again. Shadows shift softly along the floor, over the woven rug, over the patterns pressed long ago into the clay. Yaqub adjusts the wick with quiet care. Then, in a soft voice, he says, "You have a thoughtful heart." His words float gently in the space between them. It carries things with care. That is a gift. Yusuf listens, and the words settle into him like light settling onto still water. They are not heavy. They do not burden him. They simply reassure. His father's hand traces a small line on the floor beside him, following the shape of the old patterns that were formed there by hands from long ago. "This house," Yaqub says, "has heard many dreams. Dreams spoken in joy, dreams spoken in worry, dreams whispered in the quiet of the night. Your dream has joined them now. The walls, the beams of wood, the woven rug beneath them, all have witnessed years of his family's life. They hold laughter, tears, prayers, hopes, and now the gentle glow of Yusuf's dream. The room feels full, but not crowded. It feels lived in, but not loud. It holds a calm that makes space for thoughts to rest." Outside, a bucket is set down by the well with a soft, hollow sound. The echo drifts in through the doorway, then fades into the stillness. A few birds call to one another from the trees. The day opens slowly, layer by layer. Yaqub looks at Yusuf with eyes that have seen much of the world and still choose kindness. "Dreams can travel far," he says quietly, "even when we do not know where they are leading." There is no demand in his tone, no warning, no fear, only reassurance, only acceptance. Yusuf lowers his gaze slightly, not out of shame or uncertainty, but from a gentle reflection. The dream stays with him, clear and calm. He feels it resting inside him with a quiet strength. "The morning is the beginning of something," his father says. "Perhaps not something you will understand today. That is all right. Some paths become clear only when we are ready to walk them." The sunlight grows stronger and begins to slip further into the home. It spreads across the floor in soft shapes, touching the rug, the clay, the edges of baskets and jars. The room glows with a gentle warmth that makes every simple object feel like part of a blessing. Time passes in a slow, unbroken line. Yusuf remains near his father until the light settles fully into the room. They do not rush to fill the silence. They allow it to be part of their morning, part of their connection. Outside, the household shifts into its daily rhythm. Pots are moved, cloths folded, doors opened. His brothers prepare for their tasks, their voices low and familiar. Yusuf steps back into the courtyard. The sun is higher now, the light warmer, the shadows longer and softer. His brothers move around him in gentle patterns, one adjusting the strap of a water skin, another checking the weight of a bundle, another tracing a crack in the stone with idle curiosity. Their laughter rises now and then, brief and warm, blending with the peaceful air. The fig tree offers its shade once more. The leaves form a cool canopy overhead. Yusuf sits on a small wooden bench beneath it and lets his gaze travel to the line where the fields meet the hills. The land looks calm and sure of itself. Grasses ripple in slow waves as the wind passes by. Somewhere in the distance, a shepherd calls softly to his flock, his voice carried gently across the open space. Everything moves in its own time. Nothing is forced. Nothing is rushed. His father comes to join him on the bench. He sits down with the ease of someone who has walked this courtyard many times, through many seasons of sun and rain and wind. They sit side by side, watching the land. The silence between them is again full of trust, of shared days, of simple presence. The heart often knows, Yaqub says after a long pause, before the mind understands. When something rests in the heart with clarity, it is a sign to treat it with care. Yusuf breathes in slowly, feeling the coolness of the shade wrap around him. He does not try to name the feeling inside him. He does not try to search for answers. He simply allows the dream to be there, steady and gentle. The day moves quietly forward. The sun climbs, then softens. Clouds pass lazily across the sky. The sounds of work in the fields come and go like distant waves, never too sharp, never too loud. As the afternoon ripens, the light turns warm and golden. It pours along the courtyard walls, softening their edges, turning every surface into something calm and kind. Yusuf sits by the doorway now, watching the way the light stretches across the ground, how the shadows of the fig leaves lengthen slowly. The beams of sun that fall between the leaves create delicate patterns that shift with every small movement of the branches. Inside, Yaqub arranges a few things along a shelf, moving them with the care of someone who recognizes the blessing in small tasks. His movements are slow, deliberate, unhurried. When he returns to the doorway, he leans lightly against the frame and looks out at the same scene his son has been watching. "The day has a way of teaching," he says softly. "Sometimes through what we do, sometimes through what we feel, sometimes only through its quiet." The words drift through the warm air, then settle gently like dust resting on a sunlit surface. Yusuf understands without needing explanation. This day has been a teacher. From the cool of the morning to the stillness of the afternoon, to the warmth that now holds the courtyard, every moment has echoed the calm of the dream inside him. As the sun begins its slow descent, the sky grows softer. Colors deepen into gentle tones of amber and rose. The air cools bit by bit, as if the land is taking a long, peaceful breath out. Yusuf and his father return to the bench beneath the fig tree. The branches above them rustle quietly. A few birds settle in for the coming night, their movements small and untroubled. There are days, Yaqub says, when something begins quietly. It does not shout, it does not rush. It arrives softly and grows with time. There is wisdom in letting it grow as it was meant to. Yusuf feels the truth of this, not in his thoughts, but in the calm weight of his chest, in the gentleness of his breath, in the way the dream has stayed with him from dawn until now. Evening approaches with quiet grace. The sun lowers itself beyond the hills, leaving a final line of golden light that slowly fades into a deeper blue. One by one, the stars appear. Soft, steady points of light, patient and bright. They do not hurry. They simply reveal themselves when the sky is ready to hold them. Yusuf steps into the open courtyard and lifts his gaze. The sight of the night sky feels familiar and new at the same time, like meeting an old friend in a new place. The stars above him echo the dream he saw. The calm moon, when it rises, echoes it too. The world outside him seems to quietly agree with what rests inside his heart. His father stands beside him once more. For a time, they say nothing. They simply watch the sky, the stars, the slow rise of the moon. The night has its own language, Yaqub says gently. It speaks in calm. It speaks in stillness. It speaks to the heart that is willing to listen. A cool breeze moves through the courtyard, brushing past them, carrying the scent of earth that is settling into rest after the heat of the day. The fig leaves rustle softly overhead, their sound like a quiet whisper of reassurance. Inside the home, lamps are lit. Their glow spills softly out through the doorway, casting warm shapes on the ground. The voices of the household grow quieter, fading into low, gentle tones as preparations for rest begin. Yusuf feels the weight of the day ease from his body. He has carried no burden, yet even light days can grow heavy as they end. Now, though, that weight falls away, replaced by a calm that seems to come from the land, from the sky, from his father's presence, and from the dream still glowing quietly within him. Yaqub rests his hand lightly on Yusuf's shoulder. Some gifts, he says, are revealed slowly. The heart recognizes them long before the mind knows what to call them. The touch is gentle, the words are gentle, the moment itself is gentle. After a while, Yusuf steps back inside. The lamps flicker with warm, steady flames. The mats on the floor are laid out neatly. The air carries the faint memory of warm bread and the soft trace of smoke from the hearth. He finds a place near the wall, where the light is dim and the shadows are soft. He lies down, feeling the firm support of the ground beneath him, solid and reassuring. Around him, the house quiets further. One sound fades, then another, until only the smallest noises remain, the whisper of the night air at the doorway, the faint rustle of distant leaves, the soft breath of the sleeping home. The dream returns to him, as clear and peaceful as it was before dawn. He does not chase it. He does not hold it tightly. He simply allows it to rest where it has been all day, in the calm center of his heart. Outside, the stars shine with their steady light. The moon watches over the land with a gentle, patient glow. The hills, the fields, the fig tree, the courtyard all lie under a blanket of quiet, peaceful night. Yusuf's breathing grows slower and softer and deeper. With each breath out, the body relaxes more. The mind loosens its hold. Thoughts drift like leaves on a slow, gentle river. You too can let your breath fall into this quiet rhythm, in and out, slow and gentle, resting in the calm. The night is peaceful. The heart is calm. The world is held in a quiet, careful order. There is nothing you need to do, nowhere you need to go, no answer you need to find. Just rest. Let the story fade into the background of your mind like distant stars behind soft clouds. Let your body grow heavier, more relaxed, more at ease. Soft breath in, soft breath out. Rest, rest, rest. And as sleep draws close, you may imagine Yusuf lying in his quiet home, the dream resting gently inside him, the night wrapped around him like a blessing, as you too drift into your own gentle, peaceful rest.